If you're an author or book lover taking photos of yourself holding books and photos, you will oftentimes find that your book cover comes out dull and lifeless and without vibrancy or color, and you can fix that easily inside of Photoshop with just a few buttons, even if you are a brand new beginner who's never touched Photoshop before. Let me show you how to do it. This is actually really, really simple. You are going to grab the lasso tool. So that is on the left side of your screen. It looks like a lasso, and you are just going to lasso over part of your book cover. It does not have to be the whole thing. We are going to fix it later on. Now you're going to go to the bottom right-hand corner. You're going to look for your panels key, and that looks like a little circle. It's a half circle with half black, half white. You're going to pull that up, and you're going to go to a brightness and contrast panel. Now from here, it has lassoed that part of your book cover, and you're going to be able to slide the sliders on brightness and contrast to make it more enhanced and more vibrant. So the first thing we're going to start with is your brightness. We're going to take that down because it always makes it lighter. It always takes away the vibrancy in it. So you have to bring that coloring down. Now you can see how I've made it darker here, but now the colors look kind of weird. They're still very flat. Now we're going to pull in our contrast panel. So you are just going to pull up the contrast slider until it starts to look more like the color of your book covers that actually exist in real life. Now you're going to have to do some tweaking. You're going to find what works best to go with the cover that you've created. Then you're just going to grab your brush tool. It is a soft, round brush. You're going on 100% opacity, and you are just going to be able to toggle between white and black. White paints on, black takes away. So if you do not have a soft round brush, you are going to go up to your Windows panel, and you're going to be able to go to brushes, pull up brushes, go into general, and you can grab the soft round brush. From there, you are then just going to be able to paint it on wherever it makes sense. Now, if you go outside of the lines, because this is on a layer mask, you are able to remove it. So you can just toggle to the other version, so black to white or white to black, and you're just going to be able to take that away off of your line. So you're just painting on and off wherever it makes sense, and then you can tweak it by sliding again your contrast and your brightness. Now, if as you do this, it turns to a different color, you can kind of see how her face is going to be a little bit redder than it is in real life. I can actually go in and I can just lasso that again. I can go down to my panels, and this time I'm going to go down to selective color. Now I just have to pick whichever that color is that I don't like. This is more red than I would like. I'm going to pull up the reds panel. From there, I can slide down the magenta, I can slide down the yellow, I can slide up the black, however I need to adjust those colorings. And then when you're dealing with human skin, especially on white presenting people, you're going to be looking for the reds, you're going to be looking for the yellows, you're going to be looking for the neutral colors. Those are the ones that are going to balance those out a little bit. If you're looking for darker skin, you're probably going to go more for those neutrals, or you may even go into some of the blacks with that. And you can then adjust the cyan, the magenta, the yellow, and the black for each of those color spectrums, and it only impacts the color spectrum. So I'm on red. Anything that I have highlighted in that section that's red based will be adjusted, but you'll notice how the blue would not be changing with that. So you can go in typically with this. For the most part, you're just going to have to work with your brightness sliding down to make it darker and your contrast sliding up to make it pop. But sometimes you may have to go into a little bit of color correction. And then for your overall image, you can, of course, just grab a brightness and contrast panel and move the contrast up, and you should be good to go. You may actually want a little brightness to make it pop, depending on the background, depending on what you're doing. It's very simple to take those beautiful photos of you holding your book cover and then adjusting the cover to make it not so dull, not so lifeless, because you want the cover to match the rest of the photo, and sometimes it photographs a little bit differently. If you have questions on how to up your game when it comes to taking photos of your books for social media, go ahead and drop those down below. We're helping you every single day to navigate the world of your social media marketing and your book production, from your writing to your publishing to your marketing, to make this your most profitable year ever with less time, less stress, less overwhelm, because you're working smarter, not harder, and your business is working for you. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.